What's good, YouTube? If you've been thinking there's a lot of market watches lately, you're right, because there's just so much going on and so much that, I didn't know that I want to share with you guys, too. But first, I have a special announcement. Thursday, from 4 p.m. Central to Friday, 4 p.m. Central, we are hosting a 24-hour live stream. The people on the live stream made it happen. We got 24 hours of extensions made. Let's do it. It's gonna be insane, so be sure to come join for some madness. Please help keep me up, because we got to do this. The longest stream we ever did in the history of Zodiac Duels TV was 18 hours, so 24 hours. Let's get it on. Please come join me and hang out and play some Yu-Gi-Oh with me. And there's going to be tons of fun stuff. I think we're planning like an hour of GOAT formats, a Moscow Magic mirror match between me and Robbie Cole. If you know what that is, you're in for a treat. But let's get into this market watch. Enough about self-promotion. We've got high-speed Roy Chanbara looking at that $43 mark. What is happening? Well, basically, anything associated with the Dino deck that doesn't have a super high quantity keeps seeming to get bought out. It's personally my favorite deck, but I don't think that this deserves a price like this. That's pretty crazy. And as we come over to eBay, we see the lowest American price is $40 as well, $39 or best offer. And then we see there's an Australian listing. You get $26 if you want to wait a while. And by the time you get it, the price will probably be lower than this. And $31 also from Australia. Pretty crazy. A lot of people are just setting the price there. Do I think it deserves it? It's a really awesome OTK piece. It's like one of the last things that I ever summon in my Dino deck, though, because typically Conductor is taking care of things for you, where you're going into Denglong in order to make VFD. This is just kind of one of the last pieces you play for the deck, in my opinion. If there's another reason this is going up, please let me know in the comment section down below, but I just don't see it being worth its price. Do you guys, it's an initial buyout. It should obviously go down. Where do we think it will fall, though? Its normal market price was already $12. Will it be a $20 after, card after this? Will it be, all the way back down to 12? I doubt it's going all the way back down to 12, because it is an OTK piece for a lot of decks. But I think the hype right now is because of dinosaurs, as odd as that may sound. You're making fives a lot of the time. It's an option. I've summoned it a few times to go for game, but out of hundreds of duels at this point, very, very few times. Now, something to consider against the true Dracos is Cosmic Cyclone. I was talking with some friends. Our sponsors, NLG, are going to be the lowest, actually, on a few of these. NLG has been sponsoring the Zodiac tournaments, and it's really nice to see an OTS just be the lowest on a lot of things. Actually, tied with Adam Korn, but has 2 more quantity. Ooh, get him, NLG, get him! But we see that this card is going to be very good, because the true Dracos rely on having some of their cards in the graveyard and getting graveyard effects from when they're destroyed from the field. So Cosmic Cyclone actually does a really good job against the true Dracos. And we've seen a lot of cards being affected, like Card of Demise, already by the true Draco hype. So I would consider highly getting your Cosmic Cyclones now. I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think you'll be getting to play with them for a while before they hit the Megatons. And I think they will go up before they hit back down because of Megatons. So this is just something I would consider trading for now or buying now if you don't already have it. I've always personally held on to my my Cosmic Cyclones, because I've always thought, wow, this card's really good, and I'm gonna really need it at one point in time. So, just something to consider. Another thing to consider that I talked with a friend about is Mask of Restrict. True Dracos, if you didn't know, not the True Kings, the True Dracos are a tribute deck. The True Dracos are a very, very, very good deck. Very hard to beat. I've had a lot of trouble against them with my dinosaurs. I would say I'm 40 to 60. And every time I win, I feel like I'm getting lucky, or they bricked, or that I was able to get to a Miscellaneous Source to back my Ultimate Conductor Tyranno. And they just didn't have the proper traps, or they didn't know what they were doing. So I feel like True Draco may be the best deck. Maybe. It's very hard for me to beat it. And I think Mask of Restrict is a very good card against them, since they can't summon their monsters for the most part. Since they're always tributing spells and traps. So, Without spell and trap removal on their part, they're going to get choked out, and it's going to feel like Monarchs versus this. Once again, we make jokes about it. It's like the OCG right now is Cosmo versus a Tribute Summon deck. That's from Glasgow. And I think it's actually pretty true. So this is a card I would consider having. Remember how high the common went before? Remember what a scramble it was? There's a very high quantity now. But this is every kind of Mask Restrict, though. So it does go up pretty quickly, too. I would definitely consider having them if you don't already have them. True Dracos are very scary. They're very good. And I think we'll see it dominate the meta a lot. But speaking of the future, ooh, Charge the Light Brigade. You see this price of 26 for the Unlim. That's not why we're here. Although it's very close to the price of the first ed before all the spikes. For the first ed, it used to be 32-ish and hover there for a long time. While this would hover from 8 to 12. Well, now we see 26 on the Unlims. But the first eds, though, 82 lowest. What? 82, 82, 82. So everybody kind of holding the line. NLG again with the lowest, though, over here. And we see over here about the same price plus shipping lowest first. But I just wanted to show that there's actually sold listings. It's going to be on price plus shipping lowest first. So let's ignore that and go to end date recent first for actual sales. Somebody had a light plate, accepted an offer. First ed mint 80. First ed mint 70, but best offer accepted, so a little lower. 67, 60, 70, 2 at 70 apiece, 75. So it's very interesting that we have an actual sale at the $80 mark very recently from Canada, not from USA. So this card is just going to be able to search out any Twilight Sworn in addition to Light Sworn. A lot of people are hyping that deck. They think it will be very good. It has that nice nostalgic feel alongside very, very powerful new cards that revive an old archetype that was already powerful. And I guess people with Minerva don't mind paying a little extra, huh? Since they already have Minerva. Another interesting archetype going up. This may not look up 374 because our sponsors at LG are here again. I swear they're actually not paying me anything to like say this. They just give a box star tournament. But I think it's hilarious how many times they're showing up in that first place slot, so to speak. It's just really funny to me. But as you see, there was actually an Ojama Blue buyout. Why? Why is there an Ojama Blue buyout? And the lowest was also NLG with the first at 10. So I don't think, I don't know why they're putting it at $3, but you can get a real nice deal on Ojama Blue. I can't believe I'm saying that. What? The norm was 360. They're at about the norm for the Unlim, but geez, what is happening with Ojama Blue? If you held off on getting yours, get it for 370. Geez, oh man, this is ridiculous to me. I'm not quite sure why it's going up, but tell me why the Ojama hype is happening, boys. You see, its old price was 340. We see a lot cheaper on eBay at 6, 7, 8, cheaper at 8. But it should settle back down soon, I would assume, as more people pick bulk and put their listings up, and these probably aren't selling. Let's go. Let's check it out. Let's see what kind of sold listings we got here. That's price plus shipping lowest, so end date recent first. Let's see who's buying Ojama Blues. 5, 8. What? Oh my God, 480, 480, 450. So trending upwards, Ojama Blue. Tell me why. Ojama Country, very similar. You see the market price was 316. We see 480, 480, 480, 440 lowest. See details though. So we're just gonna say 475. Let's see the details. It's a used item. It's got wear. All right, that's the detail. So our lowest over here is 475 for a near mint as well, and then quickly rising, not even a playset in the under $5 range. Tell me why this is happening, guys. Like, what is the Ojama hype? There's a lot of rumors that we will be getting Bujinki, or Bujin, the new Bujin pendulum scale, and Bujinki Amaterasu has been going up as it. There's only 3 vanilla pendulum OCG exclusives, and we're getting 2 of them at maximum prices, so a lot of people are just assuming that it's the Bujin scale. I would not jump to conclusions, but your gamble's pretty safe at 2 out of 3 cards, right? So there's no source that has confirmed it. There's only been a speculation source that quotes the Yu-Gi-Oh! Org, and then Italian Yu-Gi-Oh! Quoted them. So it's like a kind of telephone he said, she said kind of thing with that. And I can actually show you that here in a second. But we see this just going up. You see its market price $5.35 for the Ghost, which would probably be the Unlim prices. But we see first as low as $9 still, and we see the Ghost as low as about $7.50-ish. The Ultimate Rare has been spiking as well, almost doubling versus its market price. Very interesting to see. But basically, the pendulum scale helps you go into this very easy peasy, and then you get hand traps back. So it's pretty good. And then one more card to watch is Drollin Lockbird, as the super is starting to rise. It's something to keep an eye on. You see $5 versus $4. And you're like, well, that's not the biggest, it's $1. Well, that's a 20% increase on a card. That is kind of something to note. But I think hand traps, the deck, playing a lot of hand traps and decks that you have very few monsters in already is very good. And I think this will have a lot of merit in future formats versus a card like Skullmeister. And you can still get the rares very, very cheap overall. I think it's like $1 something low. Let's check it out. But it's an STBL rare and then an OP super. That's kind of the perfect storm to go up really high, so I would consider getting yours now if you do not already have them. Card's always been very good. It's a hand trap that I would suggest having in my arsenal. Ooh, it's not existent near me here. Oh man. Okay, so $1.70. So also up 50 cents here. I believe we have some cheaper ones on eBay for the rare, though. Yep, $1.20, lightly played, though. And then $2.10. Wow, so it's actually increased from last night past what I thought. So Drollin Lockbird headed on the up and up, something to watch, and something I would definitely consider having as a card as a duelist. So let me show you the situation with Italian Yu-Gi-Oh! Like I was saying, real quick. I respect them; they're a good source. They cite their source, but and the other one cites their source, and that's kind of the problem here, so to speak. Italian Yu-Gi-Oh! So this is just kind of where the rumor started for this list, and I want to show you how it came to be, because it's a speculation rumor, not a confirmed rumor. And I thought about showing it off, but I just didn't, unless they've taken it down, which I doubt they do. They typically do not do that. Let's see here. Sylvan, Bujin. All right, so yeah, so here, checklist, they have a bunch of monsters and stuff that are not confirmed. So check OCG only here, and they go to silver cards. And if we go over there, I believe they say speculation. Oh, no. This came from a Facebook group, though. So there was a Facebook group with this exact list, and I think it came from there. So I think it's like this kind of telephone effect, because it was in Zodiac, and it was these same cards. So, like, it's just kind of like a telephone. It should be really interesting to see if these are what they say they are. But putting Bujin in there, oh, there's 3 vanilla pendulums, huh? So I guess it is kind of a guarantee then. But the rest of the cards, we don't really know for sure. And they're putting Sylvan Princess Sprite in there, which would be really, really nice. So we'll see what they are. I don't think these are 100% though. I think there was a speculation post that went from source to source after that. But it's really cool to see that we have 4 spirals, 4 subterrors, and then the pendulum monster. Ooh, and a trap subterror card. Nice. So really cool to see the slots getting filled. Thanks for watching, guys. Hopefully this is just the list, and nobody made any decisions based off it that don't show up. But we will see what is coming for us. Give this a thumbs up, join the 24-hour stream, and if you enjoyed this segment, please give back on the Patreon if it ever helps you personally make some money.